Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. Last time, we took another shot at the raids, and it didn't go amazingly. We managed to make it to the first boss on one of our attempts before dying. We didn't create huge craters this time, which is a good improvement at least. But, we managed to make it to the first boss, which is a regular Deathstalker, but we ended up taking a death to it, and the raid ended up ending. I got a little bit close, thought I was safe, apparently I wasn't, and I didn't have the aura, and just a single hit was enough to kill me. It was a little infuriating, but that was... oh, it's fine, it's whatever. I mean, it took another... I think we did 3 attempts at it. 2 of them got really unlucky with, the first couple waves. The Deathstalker one, I got really unlucky there. And we were going to try another one, but we needed to go get some more dark crystals. And while we were out by the Grimm biome, we faced down the Goliath, one of the 3 big bosses that we haven't gotten a chance to see in the series yet. It's basically just a giant mammoth. It's huge. It's probably about as tall as the wall, maybe... probably taller even. It probably comes up to this tall if I remember correctly, almost the height of some of these trees. Anyways, it was relatively easy to take down. It was very slow, and a single shot from Crescent Roads would just knock it back, and it would never actually make ground on us. So we just sort of bullied it for a little bit. We didn't get anything super important. I think we just got some Grimm amalgam and this frosted iron here. So, we fought a cool boss, tried out some raids, didn't really get much important out of it, but I think that's about all we got up to last time. We didn't really do much else besides that. So, yeah, that's about it. Today, I have some things I want to do around the village, and I think I want to get started into a different mod. We've been focusing on Psy, we've been focusing on the RWBY mod, and we're doing some Minecolonies things. Actually, where are you? Oh, you're going after Mabel. You can get right out of this pit. Apparently, when the miners go deep enough down, they start putting this nice scaffolding in. So Mabel's just been hard at work down here. I keep coming in, and she's asking for... let me out of here, please. Asking for fences and slabs and whatnot. So I've been obliging whenever I can. But today I want to start upgrading some of the houses to get some more buildings in place, and then maybe upgrade some of the work things. I'm not sure what though. Although I'm not sure if I can upgrade anything past their current levels until I upgrade this, so we're gonna have to check things out. I did gather a whole bunch of wood before episodes, but that's about it. So if I just set this to upgrade... oh yeah, Builder's Hut needs to be level 3. So I'm gonna have to do that first. I don't know if I have all the things for you. Builder quest required. Build request created. I'm gonna have to wait for Houston to get started. What do you need? Acacia, black wool, and a whole bunch of stone brick stuff. Most of that's going to be easy, although I don't have much in the way of colored woods. I have green wool, I have stone stuff, and I can smelt up more of it. So grab all that. And I need my last piece of ink. I'm gonna have to go gather more of that. And then I can I can use my new spell to smelt up stone for stone bricks, so that's well and good. That and that going... that... and then it's some stuff I'm going to have to go get a hold of. So where am I going to... hold on, I have acacia wood. I thought it was actually in here, but I guess it's not. There were some acacia trees over at that village that I ended up cutting down while I was trying to get a hold of... jungle... there it is. Of the spruce wood. So this, I'm going to need cobble. Oops. I'll pick that up in a second. Where's my axe? I always keep my tools in here at this point to save regular inventory space, and it's not exactly the most conducive. But what are you actually missing at this point? I need 15 more cobble, acacia wood planks, black wool, bricks. Some of the stuff... jungle wood's going to be the biggest problem. I think I'm going to have to go on a little bit of a hunt to go get those materials. So I've got my stuff. I think I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna have to go down, gather some stone. I'm gonna have to start running around, hopefully finding a jungle tree. Maybe one of these villages will have them in their like little tree areas. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a hunt for those things. I just want to get this thing started, and then we'll get up to what I actually want to do today. So I'll be back with ya. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the thing. I went mining earlier to grab some resources, and I got a whole bunch of lightning dust. So I figured I'd try making the lightning magazine for Crescent Rose, just to like test out how it's different. Is that slowness? Okay, now it does a little bit of explosion. It still does the same amount of damage, but fairly certain that's the color for slowness particles. So, and I think that's like a, can I get close enough? Is that gonna break through my aura? Probably. Hold on. I have a way to fix this. I keep forgetting that I have this mask and it stops all potion effects, which includes Wither. So I just give up my speed for a half second and then I don't have to worry about dying to Wither anymore. But lightning bullets seem pretty good. I'm curious how I would have expected like gravity or something to give slowness, but I think gravity actually makes you go up. So, yeah, slowness is actually a pretty good thing to affect things with. So, I'm just gonna be here firing shots at this thing for a little bit until it dies. This is gonna just take me a bit. It takes a while to beat up any of these bosses now that they have so much health. So, I'm just gonna be here. I still have to find some jungle wood, and I still need to gather some stone. So, yeah, just little testing things to do first, though. Okay. So I could have started my other goal for today, and before starting up on go away. It has taken me way longer to actually get all the things I need for this builder set than it should. Like, I've probably been working on getting all the random nonsense that the thing wants for like 30 minutes now. Like, I ran around looking for a jungle, because I need, like, 2 pieces of jungle wood, thinking that I didn't know where one was, and I couldn't find none of it in any of those things. So I started running around. I went this whole area before I finally found a jungle. The landscape is also scattered with dead dragons that I never collected the scales from. Those, I've killed, like, 4 dragons now, and I just didn't collect anything from any of them, and ignored another 3 entirely. Anyways, I went looking around for a jungle so that I could get the jungle wood. Turns out I actually knew where jungles were, because I thought these were dark oak biomes, because I went down here to get the dark oak I randomly need too, and those were jungles. And so I spent like the next 5-10 minutes trying to find a dark oak thing. Turns out I knew where one of those was already too, and it was this whole convoluted mess. But I finally have everything I need. I just need to grab some sand so that I can turn it into glass, and then our friend there should be able to get things finished up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab out smelt item. There we go. This is gonna get turned into plains. Chat bar gets filled up with nonsense. Here you go. And then we just need 3 planks, and you can just have the rest of this. And now our friend Houston here needs space to dump inventory stuff. Of course, I don't think you need any of this regular dirt for this level, do you? No, okay. So now I just have a whole bunch of random nonsense in my inventory I need to dump away. So let me deal with this, and then we can actually get started on what I want to do today. So 1 second. Okay, so inventory's dealt with. Houston should be just about finishing up with this. Like, a few more pieces to put in, I think. I can actually check in here. All he has left to do is place torches, and then that will be done. And I can get the houses going. I should hopefully have everything for those already. I'm going to just start it and just move stuff over. What do you need now? More space. That's so much random nonsense in here. But yay, Builder 3 is all finished up. I'm just going to press start on this. Upgrade. Hopefully it doesn't take too much stuff. I can just start transferring stuff over. Just want to make sure this is all working properly. Wood. no problem. Torches, no problem. Oak wood, armor stand. A lot more random nonsense than I was hoping for. I have all this stuff. I just need to move all that stuff over here. So just dump the whole thing. Cobble, oak wood, oak stairs, torches. All that's fine. Black carpets, stairs. Yeah, I can gather all this stuff in just a pretty short amount of time. Like, all this stuff should only take me a few minutes to just, like, transfer over and get everything set up. So, once again, Houston, so much babysitting needs to happen. I need a delivery person, and I need to just have all this stuff on hand so that it can just happen. Maybe I should build the delivery hut next. But, once again, Houston needs babysitting, so let me get this done. Okay, so my plan to set it and forget it and just get the building going while I worked on my initial goals has gone terribly wrong, as evidenced by the fact that I am now underground, because I apparently need like randomly 17 blue carpets that all require blue wool, which I don't have any blue dye, so I have to go get that stuff. And it started this whole thing where I'm now underground. I started using the CAD to make my way down here. Then I got randomly caught in a corner with a mutant Deathstalker. Finally found Lapis, but the thing was right here. And now I have a cool new thing to show off in just a moment. Where I'll gather this stuff so I can get out of here, and I still have a lot of work to do. Like, there's so much random junk I need for this building for some reason. Like 17 blue 17 blue carpets, 13 random red things. I don't know. It's like some random red wool and red bed specifically. I have to get all of this stuff, and it's just very weirdly specific with some weird numbers in it. And I can't finish the building until I get all of it, so I have to run around randomly grabbing all these things. So I'm gonna need more dye, so might as well just grab some of this, considering I also have 3 buildings to upgrade. That should hopefully be good. Get back up to the village. But anyways, oh yeah, also randomly cosmetic armor broke, so now that's not working. So there's definitely some weird stuff going on. Anyway, I picked up this thing. It's a Cogmanay. What is that? Which one is that? That's... Ooh, is that the one I think it is? This is a thing from, Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, that's what the show is. If I just take off all my armor, will this fix it? No, it will not. This is the right armor I'm supposed to have there. I'll probably have to relog to try and fix this. I'll try it in a moment. Do I want to use this, or am I going to classify this with, like, the Grimm stuff, where it's cool, but I don't know if I want to use it? You know what? Why not? I now have wings. They are purely cosmetic, but they look cool. Oh, no, that uses the same spot as the tail. Oh, no. So, I now have these things. I'm a ghoul now, apparently. I'm really sad I lost my tail, but hey, I get cool, weird, fleshy weapon bits on my back now. But yeah, see, a whole bunch of random nonsense, like singular amounts, they're taking up so much space, I have to go randomly get a whole bunch of stuff. It's, this building, this, I'm gonna relog. Oh yeah, there was also a random raid. I forgot about that one. It took like 3 seconds to take care of them all, but yeah, raid. Oh yeah, I almost forgot random pressure plates, armor stands, chiseled stone bits, whole bunch of random one-off things. So this is working very slowly. So I just have to go get some red dye, I think. Signs are easy. Spruce wood, I need a little bit more. Although I actually have a whole bunch of spruce wood. I'm almost there. It should only take me another few moments to get this thing properly going. and then we can actually get started on the thing. So I need to relog, gather some red dye, and get things working. So we're almost there. 1 more seconds. I forgot to use my semblance there. Finally! That took way longer than it should have, but finally Houston here has everything he needs. He should start grabbing this stuff and going to set up that house. I'll worry about the rest of them later on. I forgot to relog. 1 second. That's better. Actually on our normal outfit again. Plus the cool new Kagune. I think there are a couple different Kagunes you can get a hold of. Let me see. Yeah, you have... Yeah, 2 here, AG Cog 1, or Cog nothing, and then Kagune 2. I think there are other things. Like, is there a... Let me pull back up Ruby. Grimm, cat ears. They're not all together, interestingly enough. Like, where are the rest of them? Because the Kagune ones are like a black thing, but they weren't with the Grimm stuff. Did I skip over them? Wolf. All the like blue ones are like typical animal things. Grimm, head, horns, right arm, left. Huh. Obviously you can get them, considering we now have them, but I don't actually see them unless I'm just like skipping over them. They're not in this list. These are our clothes. Huh. Interesting. I don't see them in this list. But we just saw that they were in the list when you looked them up specifically. I don't know what I'm missing here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind and I do keep missing it. I don't know, but I think there's a couple... Yeah, there's definitely 2 Kagunes. I think there's some other special ones, but I don't remember because I can't find them now. Anyways, Houston will eventually do his job. Top of just taking forever to get that stuff all together. Houston's just deciding he wants to be slow with getting to work. But anyways, what were we going to get into today? What was my original plan for the day before I got sidetracked for like the last hour trying to make buildings work? I'm going to take out this book of strange dreams. This is the book from Thaumcraft. I want to get started with Thaumcraft today. Because, we could continue working on with Psy, but there's not much else to do. Like, looking at the rest of them, flow control just changes when things happen. Trigonometry, no idea. Detection, no idea. Memory management, no idea. The only other thing in here that actually changes anything major is the Eidos reversal, which takes the caster back in time. That sounds really cool, but apparently there's not much in the way of like super powerful combat things when it comes to Psy. Like, you can add debuffs to things, and you can do a little bit of damage with, like, smites and fire tick and whatnot, but other than that, there's not, like, a whole lot going on. So, I'm gonna switch gears to Thaum, because, that I know has some combat potential, at least. I've never gotten super far into Thaumcraft before. Like, it's one of those super old mods that you've at least heard of, if not played with to some degree, and I've played with it to some degree, but I've never gotten super far into it, and I kind of want to change that. But anyway, I had the strangest dream last night. In the dream, I took 3 of those strange crystals I've been finding and ground them into with a handful of redstone dust in a bowl, using a piece of flint. The crystals had to be of different types, but if I did it properly, then the result was a strange glowing dust. In the dream, I took the dust and sprinkled it on a bookcase, but the dream ended before I saw what happened. I wonder, should I do what the dream showed? I have the impression the dust was going to reveal something wondrous, but dangerous. Okay, so 3 different types of crystals. We should have that covered. Ordo, Perdicio, and Ignis. That's fine. Redstone and... It said redstone and a bowl with a piece of flint. Like, do I just randomly put this all on a crafting table? Is that what it means? Flint and bowls are simple enough to make. Just need to get a crafting table. Is this what it's actually after? I don't know. Like that? Salus Mundus. Okay. So I just need a bookcase now. And this should get us the Thaumaturge? Is that what it's called? Salus Mundus on the bookcase gets us the Thaumaturge. Fairly certain, and I think every time I've started Thumb, you can find these in like books occasion. You can find these in like dungeon chests occasionally. I think I've always used the one I got in a chest whenever I've started up Thumb before. I don't know if I've ever actually made this book. But the Thaumaturge. Here we go. Fundamentals. First steps. You have not yet begun this research. Who would have thought that a few sprinkles of dust could have created this marvelous book? It is mostly blank, but it hints at a powerful new form of magic, thaumaturgy. Firstly, I will need to study the magical world that has been shown to me. For that I will need a tool, a thermometer, the book calls it. A normal crafting table won't do, however, since the magical energies I need to channel while crafting it are quite delicate. A sprinkling of Salus Mundus on a mundane crafting table should solve it. The book has taught me the proper incantation to use, so it should be a simple matter. To keep myself on track, I will make a list of all the requirements that need to be met on the first page of each new entry. Okay, workbench shapeless, you can get Salus Mundus. We need the arcane workbench using Salus Mundus on a regular workbench. So I'm going to have to... Oh, and there's new entries now. Types of knowledge. There are two main types of knowledge, observations and theories. They are further subdivided into the main research categories like alchemy and artifice. Observations are notes and discoveries you have made in the real world by scanning objects. Practical observation often give insights into how things work, and by keeping field notes of those observations, you will slowly build a solid base of knowledge to work from. Theories, in a nutshell, are ways of understanding things through careful observation, rational thought, and practical experimentation. Much of thaumaturgical research requires crafting theories to better understand research categories. Theory crafting we have not yet researched, and we're still in the first steps, so before we go too far, I need to go make some more Salus Mundus, but I need more crystals because I only have 2. I think there were some yellow ones just like at the bottom of, yeah, right there. Ow. Was expecting to land on them and hopefully not take fall damage, but that didn't happen. So now we have air. I'm probably going to have to gather a whole bunch more of these pretty soon, but this will do for now. Dupe, 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 and dupe. I forgot the redstone, which means I need to start this all over again. Maybe just keep some of this in hand. And sadly, this doesn't pop up in JEI, so I have to do this manually every single time. But get another crafting bench, put that here. Just put the 2 magic things next to each other. I'm sure nothing will go bad. Well, I know nothing will go bad, but I feel like mixing 2 different types of magic so closely in any form of sense, psi energy and thaumaturgical energy mixing together, I could create a huge explosion if you're not careful, if this played by real magic rules. Anyways, we now have this thing. Complete. Progress! I now have an arcane workbench at my disposal. It works much like a mundane crafting table and can even be used as such, however there are a few key differences. Firstly, many arcane recipes will require the use of those vis crystals I've been finding of late. They act as a focus for the magical energy I need to channel into the items I craft. The book calls this magical energy vis. Supposedly, this energy is all around me, but as yet I cannot perceive or measure it. It is time I craft a thermometer and use it to study the world around me. It should clearly mark those things I still need to examine. I have placed a bookmark to the thermometer recipe on the right. So, inventory scanning available. I did add in the, there is a side mod for Thumbcraft that lets you, scan things in your inventory instead of dropping everything on the ground. Houston, are you doing okay? Do I have to, pause you and then restart you? But anyways, I just need a little bit of glass and 4 pieces of gold. That's simple enough. Doop, 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 doop. Da-da-doo. And then we smelt that up. All 6 of those gets turned into glass planes. Panes. Blah. Words are hard. And I desperately need to go dump my inventory again. I am not good with making sure inventory management is all well done. Doop, 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 and doop. 156 available. Do I need to put in, like, crystals or something? What am I missing? Thermometer. 20 vis costs, and it looks like I need at least one of every type. So I guess I need to go find water, fire, and earth real quick then. That shouldn't be too hard. I've seen them everywhere, and they're, like, covering a lot of these cities, too. So maybe I just need to take a moment. I have a decent amount of air right now. I need earth. Like so. Maybe I should be using my CAD, because it's pretty good at that. I think that's Ordo, which we already have, but might as well just pick up a little bit extra. And I just need to go on a little bit of a hunt to find water and fire, but it hopefully won't take me too long. So I think I'll just see you in a moment. Okay, it was simple enough finding everything, all the crystals. I just figured I'd gather up a little bit more to make sure we had them on hand. And then I found another mutant Deathstalker, because they're literally everywhere down here. One Lich Steal later, and it's dead. And it dropped another Grimm Priest. Hi, friend. Lich Steal. Lich Steal. I did not get lucky and get it to, like, a kill in one shot. And, Ganduja is not doing well enough to kill this thing on its own. So, you're just gonna get to live for a little bit. I'm gonna head back upstairs. So, we have another Grimm part that, once again, I am probably not gonna use. It's weird. Those things are weird. Those things are pretty rare. We've managed to get 5, and 4 of the 5, or 3 of the 5 have been Grimm pieces, and the other one's a Kagune, which isn't exactly good either. Like, it's not an animal piece. Like, 90% of the things are, like, animal-style things, and we've gotten 4 things that are not. They're, like, monstrous. But, I need to deal with inventory stuff real quick. My inventory is completely full. Oops. You don't go in here, but you... And you can for now. Actually, hold on to the oak planks. The spruce wood can go in here. I have more stuff to dump. Like, I always have stuff to dump. But, sure, that will do for right this second. There's definitely more to do. Thermometer, there we go. The rest of these crystals can just stay in here for now. Do I have to shift to do this, or will it just... Nothing can be learned from this. You have learned something new. You have learned something new. Learned something new. And thus begins the process of scanning literally everything we can to get all of the resources and all the knowledge bits we can. This is different than I remember. Like, that sound effect in the way it's, like, popping up. You know what? I don't know if I've ever done 1/12 Thaumcraft. I think it might be different from the versions I did actually try. Because there used to be, in, like, some of the versions, there's a thing where you have to study plants before you can study wood, because wood gives you other things, and then before you can study, like, a villager to get man, you need to study living things. For, like, a chicken will give you movement and living, and you need to study living before you can study man, and then man you need to before you can study a crafting table, or it's something like that. It looks like that might not be the case here, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep scanning everything from this point. How does the inventory? Cover items with the thermometer over the cursor. Scanning, scanning, and thus begins this long process. Scanning literally everything possible to get as much info as possible. And this is just going to be going for a while. It's interesting that all the Ruby stuff actually lets me do that. I wasn't really expecting it to, but it all has... Like, if you shift click on it, it will do, like, weapon and magic, which makes sense for a lot of this stuff. Ooh, the armor does too, actually. Ooh, I can actually scan myself to see what I'm special about, what's special about me, so that's cool. So, we've scanned some stuff already. Let's see what that's actually changed in here. We can continue on from here. Complete. Such strange wonders are being revealed to me. Peering through the lens of the Thaumameter shows me a world coursing with magic. Viz, as the books calls it. Normally, this energy is a pure ocean of magic that ebbs and flows, but it also permeates all things, both animate and inanimate. The book calls vis in this state essentia. Where vis is formless and pure, essentia is more rigid in its nature, and falls into a multitude of clearly defined types, each mixing together with others to form greater and more complex types of essentia. I am not quite sure if the matter it is bound to gives essentia its nature, or that the very nature of matter depends on the essentia it contains. This bears further study. I am keeping a log of all the types of essentia I discover. A bookmark on the left will show my current knowledge. For now, I need to focus my energies elsewhere. Studying essentia might be a good place to start. So we can now do arcane stones using vis crystals to get arcane stones, arcane stone bricks using that. We can see our current aspects of essentia. So we found primal air, alchemy is precantatio, and aqua. So magic water gets alchemy water. Aurum is magic air. Aversio is like a weapon is made with perditio and something else. Bestia is life and something. Cognition is fire and something. Fabrico is tools and something. Herbs are life and ground. Humans are life and something. You can see all of this stuff going on. There's a whole lot there. And knowledge totals, we have 3 levels of fundamentals, 5 of auramancy, 5 alchemy, 2 artifice, arcane infusion, golemancy, and eldritch. So the more we learn about, the more we think, the more things we scan, the more things we'll get, more level points we'll get in here. So that's all well and cool. This version definitely works better than what I've used before. Like, yeah, I've never seen, like, this screen is different from I remember even. Like, I feel like this screen used to just be like the size of the book, not a full screen thing in like the versions I've tried out. So there's a lot to go over. Which way do we go first? Discovering alchemy or theory crafting? Let's go on this little side thing. Also ores. There are many unique ores and mineable blocks that are useful to a thaumaturge. I should make a note of all that I come across. Cinnabar, we've seen before. I've mined up some of it. Also, nothing can be learned. Oh, I've already learned something from there. I can probably learn from all these flowers and stuff. I think I'm just going to take this thing and start scanning everything I can. Like, just hover over items. Anything in here that I can still scan. Doesn't seem like it, although I haven't scanned any... Unless scanning the whole chest scanned everything that's inside it. If so, that's kind of cool. But, anything left in here to scan? Yes, there is. Scan that. That can be scanned, that. Anything else? Dandelions, tulips, azure bluets, saplings. I'm just gonna keep doing this for a little bit. Oh, I could learn something from that. Anything in here left to scan? No. Anything in here left to scan? Nothing from you. Nothing from you. Okay, just look at a container and do that. Inventory too large, only scanning first 100 items. There's nothing in that. Okay, so I'm very glad to see I don't have to scan everything individually in a chest. As if I look at a chest and I can scan all of its contents at once. So, I might just run around for a little bit, scan everything I can, and get as many knowledge points as possible. And, then we'll try continuing on. So I'm just gonna keep at this for a little bit. Okay, I've started running around. I've scanned a whole bunch of stuff at this point. I also have a whole bunch of junk in my inventory to dump. Again. So we're probably good to continue on with some of like the knowledge stuff in the book. But, I found something that I think is kind of funny, and it's kind of like I know why it works like this, because it's a mod not fully integrated with it, obviously. Well, like, I've scanned a whole bunch of stuff, and like a lot of the Ruby weapons, they have a lot of magic, and they have a lot of weapon points for, I almost said Thaumcraft. But like, I've scanned a whole bunch of stuff, I've scanned some living things even, but Grimm possess no viz. Which, I know it's because like the mod's obviously not integrated with Thaumcraft, so it's not going to work fully together. But I think it's kind of funny, like, in-universe explanation that they work out their own mysterious, unconnected energy. Like, these things aren't unnatural. Which, kind of fits. But anyway, let's still. It didn't fully dawn on me that we were outside of the village, and as such, it would do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Laden haunt this time, shall we? Ow. Die. I'm sorry, wolf friends. I'm sorry. Whoops. It dawned on me too late. Like, wait a second. This is a bad idea. I should have used Laden Haunt from the beginning. But, how are you doing, friend? You barely survived. I'm sorry to the wolves I hurt there. There we go. I think I only saw charms there, but it's hard to tell. Definitely missed them. Yeah, there they are. You know what? I actually have too many charms at this point, and I'm not going to use... And all of these duplicates are kind of meaningless anyways, so you can keep them, random pit I just made. But anyways... Curious where we're at now. Like, we have new stuff on here, like plants. Fundamentals. I have to actually open the screen to see this. Knowledge tools are now up to, like, a whole lot more now. Aspects, I don't know. Mythos is new. And... oh yeah, we now know Draco is Mythos and Desiderium. Vacuum and Spirit makes Desiderium, whatever that is. So yeah, we have new stuff there. I need to deal with inventory stuff again, so let me dump my stuff and then we'll go through a little bit more before we end off. Okay. Noticed that Houston was apparently broken and I had to go in and fix him. Minecolonies isn't always the most reliable of mods. Like, sometimes the villagers, the colonists will just stop doing their work and you have to go in and, like, manually remove items and tell them to stop and restart. It's a bit finicky, but hey, I got him to restart again. Like, he was stuck with, like, his current inventory and wouldn't grab the other stuff he needed. But anyways, I've scanned a whole bunch of stuff and we now have new stuff in the Thaumanomicon. Ores, I scanned amber, so it's in here now too. Plants, I scanned greatwood, and I scanned silverwood and shimmerleaf, because those are now in there. Those all have their own important things to do. Let's look at theory crafting first, shall we? For me to make any progress as a thaumaturge, I cannot rely on simply studying the world around me, or stumbling upon ancient knowledge. I will need to make my own discoveries and expand my knowledge through experimentation. Crafting my own theories is the only way. I will need to create a comfortable workspace to do my research with ample supplies like writing materials and paper. I'm going to need to go get a whole bunch of paper. I should craft some scribing tools and place it upon a table. Table, planks, and wood, simple enough. Scribing tools. I need feather, ink sac, and a file, which is clay and glass, which I can get pretty simply. Ink sac's the only thing. I have an okay amount of ink sacs and feathers now, after I gathered a little bit. By an okay amount, I mean 2, 3. Clay is the thing I have the most of. I need to grab out some sand to turn into glass. I don't need a whole bunch of it. I think I only need the 3, so this should do. Not the Thaumanomicon. Let's switch over to smelt item. There it is. Thank you. And I forgot to grab some planks and some slabs, which I should have in here. Yep. Like so. Crafting table right here. That, and that gets me a table. That gets me a file, which when used with these two, gets me a scribe tool. Table, scribe tool, gets a research table, create theory. Huh? What did I just do? You have run out of paper. I have no paper. I need to go get some paper, apparently. Although, let's look at the book. I built the table. Complete. Theory crafting, step 2. Now that I have a workspace, I should start performing some research. I can now formulate theories on how to manipulate magic to my own ends. Firstly, I should make sure the table has plenty of paper and I have ample ink for my scribing tools. I can now choose to start researching the theory. At the top of the page, I will see how many inspiration represented by light bulbs is available to me for this round of research. When I do, a stack of papers will appear on the left. If I select them, I will be given the choice of 2 research paths I can follow. Each route will state what knowledge it will grant me, divided between 1 or more research categories. Some of the choices will require items. Items marked with the gold question mark will be consumed if the card is chosen. Chosen? Chosen. Blah. Okay, so I'm gonna need more ink and I'm gonna need more paper before we go too far. Ink's gonna be relatively easy. There's plenty of squids just hanging around here, but I don't know where I've seen any sugarcane. That's the word. So ink, that's already an okay amount. Now it's a hunt. I want to see if I can't get like 1 research thing done before we're done with the episode, because it's going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to need more paper than that, and I can just kill as many squids as I can along the way. But we are approaching the end, so I'm going to have to be relatively quick trying to get this little segment to work. Okay, so I managed to find an okay amount of sugarcane. It took me a little bit. I had to actually head out to a swamp. Oh, what's going on with that? That always been like that? What's with the weird, like, triangle thing going on there? I don't think that's always been like that, has it? Am I just now noticing that? I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Anyways, so now I have an okay amount of sugarcane. Obviously, I'm not going to use all this. I need to regrow it, but 21 of that and 24 ink sacs should be enough to at least get started. You have run out of paper. Scrap theory, can I put the paper in like that? I can. Craft theory, let's see how this goes. If I click right here, experimentation. You perform some random experiments to see if something can be discovered. Gain 15 to 30 progress in a completely random category. Choose that. That uses up 2. Okay. 24% Oromancy, 10% fundamentals. Okay, so plus a light bulb. You take a step back and reassess your findings. You get rid of an invalid conclusion and proceed with fresh understanding. Lose 10 progress divided evenly between all current categories, but you regain 1 inspiration and gain a bonus draw. A universal theory. A moment of revelation shows you the common links between all you have been studying. Your total progress is split evenly amongst all currently revealed and valid categories, and an additional category will gain the full bonus on completion. Let's go with this one, I guess. Just why not? Inspired. Inspired by the progress you have made so far, your mind explores paths you have not considered before. You gain 21%. You gain 21 fundamentals. Gain 15 to 30 progress in a completely random category. Let's go with random category, because why not? There's a decent amount of Golomancy. Universal theory. Your total progress is split evenly amongst all currently revealed and valid categories. An additional category will gain the full bonus upon completion. Or rethink. Lose 10 progress. Let's go with rethink so we can do 1 more. We did get a bonus draw, it said. Experimentation, gain 24 fundamentals, or 15 to 30 in a random one, or rethink and lose more progress. Let's go for another random one, see what we pick up. More Oromancy. Complete theory. So we gained some amount of fundamentals, some amount of Golomancy, and some amount of Oromancy. Is that reflected over here? Can't see it there. Have to see it from this list. So we now have theory in fundamentals, Oromancy, and Golomancy, but nothing concrete there yet. Okay, so that's what it meant. Here's what we've seen for fundamentals and what we can put into practice for fundamentals is basically how this works, right? That's what it meant by the theory versus observation. Okay, way. So, like, seeing things in practice or just seeing things, observing things. So we need to do more theories, which means we're going to need a whole lot more paper, if we want to start getting up our theories, which I'm assuming is going to be very important for actually applying things. So I'm going to need to go put all this sugarcane by the river and just wait for all this to grow up. Sadly, my friend Overgrowth or whatever will not be of help here because you can't bone meal sugarcane. But I'm just gonna plant all this down here. I'm just gonna like cover the entire width of this river as much as I can. But I think I'll do this. I'm just gonna get started on this now. I'm gonna do this now. But I'm just gonna end things here. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody.